It's your boy.
Good.
What's going on, Pokey B? What's happening, man?
What's up, Ice Man?
Man, this is what we do, man. Everybody, welcome, man, to the Under No Conditions podcast, man, with your boy Isaac, aka the Ice Man, and my co-host
Punky
Punky.
B.
Yes, indeed, man. We got a very special show for you guys tonight, man. I think we're gonna cut up a little bit. We're gonna have a good time, man. We're gonna talk about a couple things. Yes,
Yes,
indeed, man.
indeed.
Hey, Punky, how was your week?
Man, things been going lovely, man. Before we get started, though, for y'all that's new to the show, we do have sometimes she want to talk, a lot of times she don't. But I'm going to introduce y'all to Miss Sheila. She right here. This Miss Sheila. What's up? What's up?
Oh
She
man,
represent.
look here, man.
She represent for Kansas City.
Hey, man, she represent Kansas. Hey, man, she got that bootleg. She got that bootleg headpieces in the back, man. Where Felicia at, man? Felicia took off tonight.
Felicia off tonight. Felicia off tonight. But listen, guest today, I'm gonna introduce y'all to him real quick. This is my man Sam. Sam, all right. Sam representing for Valentine's
Man,
Day.
look at
We're gonna
man.
talk to him a little bit later. We'll talk to
All
Sam
right,
later.
look, well, hey, yeah, we got to welcome Sam in the house, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So look, man, what's happening, Pokey? What's going on with you?
Man, I had a good week. I won a court case. I got some other things done. I mean, there was court case. I tell you, it's been a long time.
Okay.
It's been a long time. So God worked that out for me. I'm super happy. And I just been life has been life. And what's up with you? What you do this week?
Man, I've been working all week, man. Today was a little stressful, man. I've been in meetings all day.
Okay.
Beginning of the year, rules and regulations, things like that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so today was a meeting after meeting after meeting. But you know what? I'm thankful I got a job, so I'm not complaining about too much of
Amen. True.
anything at this
True.
point and
So
time.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But once again, for you guys that just tuned in, man, welcome to the Under No Conditions podcast with your boy Isaac and my co-host, man, the crazy wild punky Punky, Punky B, man. That's my girl, man. We got some special guests in the house, man. We got Felicia back there hanging on the wall, man. In a Kansas City hat. Y'all welcome Felicia. You know what I'm saying? She gonna hang out with us today, man. And her girlfriend Keisha took off tonight. I guess we'll see her next week.
We'll see her next
But
week.
with that said, man, we're gonna see her next week. Hey man, look, what we got for the world today? What's going on?
Well, listen, I got two hot topics I want to talk about. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I pulled one from the Breakfast Club because I thought it was so. Go ahead and jump in. All right. So for those of us who have kids, even if you don't have godmother, godfather, uncle, whatever the situation may be, I think everybody can bring something to this conversation. I thought it was really myself. So I was listening to the Breakfast Club last week, and the topic was, should grandparents be paid or compensated for watching their grandkids?
Man, you gonna
Hell
ruffle some
no.
we gonna ruffle some fella.
It's a
What?
no
You don't think so?
for me. It's giving no
It's
for
a
me.
no.
Let me
Should
tell you this.
grandparents be compensated? All right.
Hey, listen, let me say this. If we talking about watching kids for a week or so, like you grandma doing daycare, all right. But for me to go out to the club, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I need to pay. You know what I'm saying? I'm just having some me time. I don't think I need to pay you so I can go out to the club and wear my little halter top. Me a favor, mom. Do me a favor.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, we man, favors can be tricky sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And as human beings, if you give us a foot, man, we're gonna take a yard. But at the end of the day, man, hey, I think as a parent and you got kids, it's great that, you know, you may have a parent that may have or may be in a position to watch your kid, man, but just don't think that, you know, it's supposed to happen all the time. Because at
Right.
the end of the day, they got their own lives, they
Mm-hmm.
live in their own, Mr. Charlie might want to come over, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just what it is. For me,
Yeah.
personally, like I wouldn't dump my grandkids off on my mom. Like I would pay her. You know what I'm saying? Because guess
Mm-hmm.
what? It could be an inconvenience. I mean, She might be doing it out the love, but at the end of the day, man, I gotta show my appreciation.
Right, right.
So that's where I'm at with it. You
Well,
know,
it depends on the circumstances. And I'm gonna be honest, it depends on how many kids you have. Like with my daughter, my mom and my grandmother really helped me out a lot with my daughter. I would slide them some cash. It wasn't always asked for. Or maybe some
uh-huh.
groceries. My grandmother might need me to run her to the store. But I only
Of
had
course.
one. You know what I'm saying? I only had one. So now I'm not judging
so
y'all that
so
got 2, 3, and 7. I only got one.
you
You
know
know what
why
I'm
I'm
saying?
laughing? Because man, it's coming. Man, you got two, three, four, five of those kids, man. You trying to go shake it off. You trying to get to the club, how you get your drink on, get your smoke on, man. You got 3, 4 kids, man. That's a whole nother situation there
It's a
for
whole. Hey,
me.
listen, and some people want to take infants. Some you got to drive to 3, 4 houses. Now I'm not. I'm sorry. I got one. That's just my business, and that's yeah. And so I could call them and say, "Can you watch Harmony? For a couple of hours, or can she spend the night?" It's a little different from somebody at 3, 4, 5, 7, and 10. But I do think that parent is it's a labor of love, just like being a parent is. But I do think, depending on the circumstances, I don't know if being paid is the word. Calm like, hey, if I'm going out on my girls, I might slide some. It might not be money, it might be, buying groceries, buying flowers, something like that. But I personally don't think it should be a payment thing. Sometimes it got to be a labor of love. But I'm not talking about those situations where the grandparent is watching kids all week. When they're watching them all week, you got to slide something. Because I'm doing it. I'm sure I'm gonna love my grandkids, but you're gonna have to slide me some, Joe. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Because
at the
gas is
end,
high, food, me some.
hey, and point well taken, man. Them them juices, them juices, they ain't 25 cents no more, man. They 40 cents a piece, man.
They're
You know what
not
I'm
25.
saying?
Yeah. And
They not
these
25. Hey
kids don't
man,
eat off the kids menu no more. And these
nah,
kids
man,
don't eat off kids
they
menu.
eat like
They
grown
going to
adults.
Yeah, exactly. They going to Olive Garden. You like, you want to get some chicken nuggets? Nah, they like, I want the
Nah,
lasagna. I
they
want the
don't want
tour of
that.
Italy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the tour of Italy, ma. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, yeah.
They try to
So,
eat what we go eat. You know
right.
what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
and for a lot of situations, unfortunately, a lot of grandparents get stuck. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For whatever circumstances that they may be. But I think,
Yeah.
as a parent, and you shouldn't feel entitled or feel like, that it's your parents' responsibility to watch your kids. I didn't have the
Yeah.
pleasure
I
a lot of times, for to have my mom watched her because I was in a position where I can make some arrangements.
Right.
And at the end of the day, if you really look at it, a lot of times, we do things at the last minute. We don't
True.
give 2 or 3 day notices.
True.
It's like, oh, ma, such and such just called, man. I ain't been out in a while. I want to go out, hang out. Is it okay? You know, can you watch my kids? And at
Right.
that point, she really has a right to tell you no.
Yeah, I
You know
agree.
what I'm saying? So it's
I
like,
agree.
you have to take on consideration, man, that your parents, they raised you, they living their life and you got your life. And I think just out of respect, just to let them know, that you appreciate the fact that they took that
That
time
they
out
took that
to
time.
watch that game.
Right.
I'm gonna hit you over 20, $30, $40. You might want to take that to bingo or something, go get you some McDonald's or
Right.
something in the
Right.
morning. It's just for me, it's all about the appreciation. So that's where
Yeah.
I'm at with it, man. But that's a great subject because
Right.
a lot of people don't think that they really owe their parents anything. They supposed to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And it's a
Yeah.
new age, man. Grandparents be like, man, I need to get paid.
Yeah. And
I might
grandparents.
look. They might want to go to the club. How about that?
Right, grandparents are younger. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like the old grandparents the old
Man.
grandparents I had.
Hey,
You know
they ain't
what I'm
walking.
saying?
They ain't walking
Grandma
around.
45.
Yeah, they ain't walking around with bonnets and them
Nah,
peak hopes with the
grandma
one
got her
button.
little cat
Them
suit
slip-
on. You know what I'm saying? She got her little butt showing. You know what I mean? So grandmas this day is jive different. You
Hey
know what I'm
man,
saying? So
grandmas, man, they most definitely they
right.
doing their thing, man. Salute out to all the
Yeah,
grandparents
shout out
out
to the
there, cause
grandparents
I
out there.
am a grandparent, man. So
Hmm.
I understand and I know what it is, man.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
love our kids, we love our grandparents, but at the end of the day, we still got our lives to live, man.
Still sure, for
Yes,
sure.
indeed,
Yeah.
most
But
definitely.
you know what else we should touch on too is that sense of entitlement. Because with I hate to keep going back to this younger generation, but this people do have a sense of entitlement now. Money is funny a lot of times for people brackets, and so they just come to expect certain type of help. You know what I'm saying? And amongst friends and relationships, and it ain't cool. A sense of entitlement, I don't care what scenario it's in, it's just not a good thing because my mother always taught me don't nobody owe you nothing, including family. You know what I mean? Just because they're your parent or your uncle, or niece, grandparent, they don't owe you nothing. You gotta get it out the mud for yourself sometimes. And we live in a society now, to me, where it's just take, take, take. It's just people are in friendships and relationships out of convenience. You know what I mean?
The convenient relationship, man.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation. The
Yeah, man.
convenience
Yeah.
of being in a
Yeah.
relationship
Straight up.
based on what that person can offer you.
Right.
And once that convenience is no longer available, people are moving on. But
Right.
Punky, man, where do you think the entitlement came? Do you think us as parents we play a role in that?
I think we do. You know what I mean? Because the relationship that we had with our children. And so when our children are used to seeing mom, dad making it happen every time,
Hmm.
like for example, your kid might come to you and say, Dad, I need, $100 for this project that's due Monday and it's Friday. You gonna fuss, they know you gonna fuss, you're gonna be mad,
Yeah, you gonna
irritated.
fuzz that money though. You
Right,
gonna
but
go
you
in
gonna
that
come up with
pocket.
that
Oh yeah,
money. And
all day
so
long.
over time that builds up like, hey, I call dad gonna come through. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Because I've done it too, man. I'm telling you, when I was in my 20s, man, I had the hardest time paying my rent. Not because I ain't had the money, not because I ain't
you
had the
just
money.
didn't want to.
I just ain't want to. But I knew this though. I knew my mother wasn't gonna let me be out on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Especially with a child. But then it came a time she didn't help. You know what I'm saying? And it broke me because
Nah, she ain't let you go, did she?
yeah, she did to a certain extent. Now I wasn't
Exactly.
put out or nothing, but I got close and I had to make it happen. I had to make it happen without her. My mother told me straight up, we'll see y'all out on the streets, but I don't know what you're gonna do. You need to make it happen. And so that's when I started to build that muscle of I can do this on my own. But yeah, I had a sense of entitlement, but you got to keep in mind too, my situation is unique. I'm the only child, I'm the only grandchild. I'm the youngest person in my family, even to this day. Like there's nobody, I don't have no cousins, no nothing. So it's just me. So I got 12 people helping me. You know what I'm saying? So I was, titled and spoiled growing up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah.
you was spoiled riding. Sound like it to me.
All right, let's move on to the next question. Cause
Yeah,
ain't
we
nobody
go.
asked.
Yeah, see, this what I gotta deal with, man. She don't want to hear that, man. Just
Ain't
you know,
nobody
just
asked you all
it's
that.
just a little bit, man, of what
Hey,
I
Sam,
go through, man, on a
Sam,
weekly basis with Punky B, man. It's
Sam,
my
ain't nobody
dog, though.
asked him all that. You know what I'm saying? The audience
Uh,
saying, "Can we move on?"
yeah, let's move. Let's move. We talk about that entitlement and that convenience. It's in full effect right now.
Absolutely, we gonna move on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, man. Yo, getting back to you, right?
Oh
The
man,
last time we was on the air, I just want to jump right in this because we be forgetting, we be all over
we
sometimes,
do, we
man.
do. Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you buy yourself something nice last month, man?
I did. I sure
Okay,
did. I sure
okay.
did. Did you?
Yeah, man. I went out, man, spent a couple dollars, man. I went out and treated myself.
Okay.
It felt real good, to really just sit back and say, you know what? I'm gonna go do something for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of guy, I don't even I feel like I got everything I need. I tell
Mhm.
people like I got everything a broke guy can have. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Sure. Yep. So
Is
y'all, if you just tuning in, this your first time listening, we made a pact this year, that we're gonna do by ourselves something each month, every month. It don't matter what it is. It could be $1, it could be $5,000. It don't matter. But we're gonna do something for ourselves outside of saying, I could be paying this bill. This money could go to something else. And it can't be something like, well, I'm buying groceries. That's for myself. No, it got to be something specific for you. So that's what we were talking about. So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, man. I went and bought me a pair of ACG boots, man. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So, I love AGC, man. I've been wearing them all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have two or three pair, just in the cup, but I just felt like, it was time for me to get another pair. And it felt good, man, and it really did. It was like, okay,
Yeah.
man, let me go get these. And because I normally really don't treat myself. You know what I'm saying? I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, as long as I got food in my house and all my bills is paid, that makes me happy. But it was good to go out and spend a couple dollars on yourself. You know what I'm saying? What about you, man?
So, I'm gonna be honest, Punky B. I waited to the last minute because all month long, I talked myself out of it because I felt like I'm dealing with y'all, and I'd like to be transparent. I'm dealing with right now, um, feeling like I deserve certain things. I didn't grow up in a household like that. I'm long, but I'm just sharing with y'all. Somebody else can relate. I didn't grow up in a house. My mom and me, she took care of us. So, and we had, but financial decisions that I made in the past, I didn't deserve to buy myself that mentality of if I
Exactly.
buy something,
Exactly.
something gonna happen, and then I'm not gonna have the money to take care of what I need to take care of. But I'm learning. Life is going life. It's going life whether you make $90,000 a year or you make 10,000. It's
Exactly.
going life. Life going life. And there might be some times when you just don't have it. Period. You could be the best
Right.
at saving, putting money to the side. They're going to be situations. That's not to say just go out and do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Buy a car and you can't afford it. That's not what I'm saying. So I'm going through that period. So all month long, I forgot about it. I remembered it, forgot about it, remembered it. And so we got down to January 31st. And I'm like, I just, I just double up next month. And I said no, because I committed to something for the show, for you guys, and to myself. So I wanted people to see that this real. It might be difficult for you. You might miss a month, but you like, I can't buy something. But I did. I'm gonna show y'all what I bought because I got in it. So they kind of getting old, but well, they so I bought myself some tulips.
Okay.
I love
Okay.
I
That's what's
love
up.
yeah. Tulips are my favorite flower in the whole entire world. And the day that I got them, I was stressed out. I was emotional. I had been crying. I went to the grocery store to get some candy because I was just needing a box of candy and some grapes. And I saw them and they just pulled me towards them. So I bought myself some tulips. I love flowers and they instantly changed my whole mood and changed my perspective. So that was my gift to myself last month for January. Period.
Okay. 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 Tulip. We gonna call it Punky being the tulip lady.
Right.
Look, man, I love it, man. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean, just the fact that you were able to buy something and it can help you change your mood to make you
yeah.
feel better, man. That's a great thing.
Yeah. And I
Because sometimes
actually I'm a writer, not to cut you off. I actually decided even with buying the gift for myself once a month, I wrote a letter to myself and put January 2023 on it. And I just put in the letter why I bought it, how it made me feel, what I was doing that day, and what I'm hoping for in the next month. So I just did something for myself. So I'm gonna read them at the end of the year. I'll show y'all at the end of the year.
yeah, like self affirmations for yourself. Because
Yeah.
sometimes we got to do that for us. You
Yes,
know
it
what I'm
is.
saying? And
Yes, it
sometimes it
is.
can be difficult because we get caught up into this everyday living, taking care of our families,
Yeah,
paying bills, and sometimes some things get away from us. But
absolutely.
at the end of the day, we have to be mindful that what we have to take care of ourselves mentally, spiritually, and physically. You know what I'm saying? Because we do matter, and we have sometimes you got to put yourself first, even when you don't want to put yourself first. So once
Straight up.
again, man, I'm proud of you. You went out and got you some tulips, man.
Yeah, I'm
That's
proud of
what's
you.
up. Yeah, man, I went out and spent a couple
Hey,
dollars, man. Let me tell you something, man. It's gonna be funny, man. I'm
so
gonna
let
tell you
me.
funny.
I need to see you in them. You post some ACGs
Yeah,
though. If
I'm a
y'all don't
post.
know what they are,
I, look, I got some blue joints, man. Yeah, they fire. Whoo. Yes, Lord.
period. Okay.
I'm gonna flick the pictures, man. I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna put the outfit on, man.
All right.
I'm gonna post
Bet.
the pictures up on, man, and
Ain't
everything,
nothing
man.
like
Look,
a
it was
DC
funny,
dude and
right?
some ACGs.
Yeah, man. You know what? It was crazy, right? Because I was in this process. I was trying to figure out like what I could buy and what I need, right? So
Hmm.
me, I said, you know what? I could always use underclothes. So I said, I'm gonna go buy me some underclothes. I don't need them,
Hmm.
but I'm gonna go buy 'em. Man,
Hmm.
I went in there, man. I picked up some underwear, man. It was three in a pack. They wanted $42. I put
I
them
could
shits
believe it.
back.
I could believe it. I could believe
I
it. Let
say,
me.
what? I said,
Yes.
man, let me tell you something. You know what I said? I said, man, I'm gonna get me a wholesaler's license.
I know that's right. I
I'm
know
going to
that's
apply
right.
for me a wholesaler's license, man. It's ridiculous. It was
It is.
five t-shirts. They wanted $56. I was like, nah, I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
doing this.
funny. I went to go get somebody some boxes. He was like, yeah, just pick me up a pair of boxes or what box brief, whatever they are. And I'm thinking, okay, get a little pack $10. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Them days
Walmart.
over with.
That's a damn lie. $25 for three
Yeah,
at Walmart. You
it's
know?
over. It's
Yeah,
over. It's
yeah.
over. It's over. But once
Yeah.
again, man, I'm glad, you was able to do
Me
what you
too. I'm
needed
glad
to
you
do
did
for
it.
yourself, man. For you guys that's just kicking it, man. You hanging out, man, with your boy Isaac the Ice Man and your girl Tiana, aka Punky B,
Miss
with the
Punky Brewster.
Yes, sir. Under no conditions podcast, man. You know what? We having some fun tonight, man. We just
Yes,
kicking it
indeed.
with you guys. We not experts, man, but we got some life experiences. We just want to share that with you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, indeed.
hey, smile, laugh, love, man, and don't take life so serious, man. But Punky, what else we gonna talk about tonight?
All right, so let me ask you this question. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody apologized to you, but you felt like it's just like a backhanded apology? Like, for example, if I say, Isaac, I don't like your shirt. I hate that shirt that you got on. And you come to me and say, T, that kind of hurt my feelings. And I say to you, well, if I say to you, well, if I hurt your feelings, I'm gonna just go ahead and apologize. So my question is, am I really apologizing because I genuinely want to apologize because I offended you, or am I just apologizing because you said something? You
Man,
know what I'm
hell no, you ain't apologizing because you just said something. Because at the end of the day, if you really meant what you thought based on how you made me feel, right, you would be sincere.
saying? Right.
And a lot of times that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? When we dealing with our so-called friends or people that we decide that we associate with, and when they see you looking good or they see you doing better or
Right.
something happens or you very expressive about a situation that has happened between you guys, right? That
Mm-hmm.
ego is something, man. That ego and that pride, man, to
It is.
keep you locked in all the time, man. It really
Right.
keeps you from being authentic. And a lot of times, man, people, they don't apologize authentically.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? It's
That's true.
always about, I'm apologize
Because you
so
said something.
because you said something, not
Mm-hmm.
because I meant it. And I've had many of those experiences, and you get to a point where you in them situations, sometimes you just gotta let those people go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Agree.
saying? You gotta
Agree.
love them. You gotta love them from a distance. No pun intended. I don't hate you. I wish you the best in the world. However, you don't fit into what I'm about. And a
Right.
lot of that has to
Right.
do with what type of energy that you're bringing to the table. So
Yeah.
yes, we was
Yeah.
talking about that for the show. Backhanded apologies. You know what I'm
Back then,
saying?
yeah. Yeah.
And it happens every day, man. It's like somebody will bump into you or say something to you, and they know they're wrong, and you be looking at them. Oh, you're not gonna say I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Them guys,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they had no intentions of apologizing, but the
Till you
fact that
said
you
something.
pulled them up and you said
Right.
something to them, man,
That's
they
it.
felt like,
That's
okay,
it.
I'm gonna say I'm sorry, but I really don't mean I'm sorry, man.
Right.
So I try to stay away from that kind of energy.
Yeah.
Um, I
I,
work every day on just being authentic. So if I
it,
tell you, if you tell me that I said something to you that hurt your feelings, we could sit down and have a conversation.
right.
It's not about just saying I'm sorry. It's about
It's
grasping and
because,
gaining that understanding that just
right.
because.
Do you think, okay, well, let me ask you this. If somebody's apologizing, let's say I offended you to me, and I just really don't get it. I don't get it. And I say, you know what, Isaac, I thank you for explaining it to me. I meant no harm. You know, we can agree to disagree. I still don't understand how I hurt you, but I apologize. Do you think that's backhanded, or do you think that's sincere? Them telling you, I still don't understand how I hurt your feelings, but
Well,
I
can
do
we?
apologize because you're somebody I care about and I hurt you.
Well,
So, what's your thoughts on that?
the fact that they validated gives me an opportunity to expound
Okay.
because I need you to understand why.
Okay.
Because it feels like to me that yeah, I heard you. eh,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm really sorry that I said what I said, but I don't
But
understand.
right,
So yeah, so is it really an apology?
right, right.
It's like, and then some people don't want to understand.
They don't. That's
They
true.
don't want to understand. And
They don't.
sometimes when you run into situations like that, and they thank you for explaining yourself, and it may seem authentic, but for me, when I run into people like that and they come off at me like that, my personal experience that I be feeling like it's really not authentic. I
Right,
think it's
right.
just another way of you avoiding the issue at hand.
We're moving past
Whatever the
it.
issue, to move past it so you can feel better
Hmm.
about what you did or what you didn't do.
Right. Straight up.
So for me, it's a no, no. I don't look at it as an apology. I look at it as just a way to move past and
Hmm.
not deal with the real issue because
Right.
that's commonplace now. Let's get over it. It's like
Yeah.
it's like get
Let's move
over
past
it
it.
and let's
Yeah.
move past it and just go to the next thing. And for
Yeah.
some people, it's just not that easy. They really need validation and they really need clarity, and that's why it's important to surround yourself with individuals like yourself and individuals that pride themselves on those true communication.
Right. And that's what you always, when we have conversations, we gotta have big boy, big girl conversations. We gotta communicate, we gotta express. And if we don't have that, no matter the capacity that we're in with a person, it just ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You have to have these deep, uncomfortable, that's what you told me, uncomfortable conversations in order to build that friendship and relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes, in that process of having that uncomfortable conversation, you're gonna be looked at as the bad person
Of course.
because as I begin continue to mature and to grow, um, I'm understanding more and more, especially in my profession and what I do. People don't want the truth.
They don't.
They really don't want the truth, right?
Yeah.
They
Mhm.
rather for you to
Sugarcoat it.
sugarcoat it. You
Yeah.
know, let's not make it so serious so it won't hurt some feelings.
Right.
Well,
And
if it don't hurt any feelings, if we can't be expressive, then I'm providing a disservice.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like even with people I associate with, like I'm a big jokester. I can laugh, I can joke, I
Mhm.
could crack with the best of you. But when it comes to really sitting down and having that big boy, big girl conversation, like I say all the time, we have a tendency of focusing on the message, right?
Mhm.
The wrath from the voice,
Right.
instead of understanding that it comes from a place from the heart.
Right.
The truth and authenticity is not going to always look pretty. It's
It's not.
not.
It's not. It's not.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless
Yeah.
of how you say it or when you say it, sometimes it's not going to always look pretty. And I'm the type of person, like, I like to see the results of the truth. I like to see people reaction, how they react to the truth.
Right. Right.
Because if you react this way to the truth, man, where
Right.
where is it any place for us to go?
Right. Exactly. You know
Because
what?
what
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's if I tell you the truth and you can't take that, then guess what? Me personally, I may shut down.
Me too. Me too. I'm the same way. I learned something very valuable years ago. People don't respond. People respond to respond. They don't. No, people listen to respond. They don't listen to listen. Because and when you talking, they're in their head, self included. Now I gotta take a mental note because he said on Tuesday I did such and such and such. So, but I'm not really listening to you. I'm listening to
Yeah,
combat you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'm not really listening to your heart, listening to your needs, listening to where we need to come together like this. I'm listening because I'm gonna cuss you out. Cause I got receipts, and I'm gonna tell you what you did back in 2006. You know what I'm saying? So I self-included. That's something that
Hey,
I
Parker, let me find out you be holding on to the paychecks.
Oh, I be holding on. I'm a Capricorn. We be holding on to everything. You hear me? We hold on to everything. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh my goodness.
I could pull up what you said. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I got to work on. I'm good at discombobulating a argument because I had you so damn confused, like you know. But that's that's something that I got to work on. You know that I have to continuously work on. But I still say this though, at the end of the day, if I love you and it's a concern for you, it's a concern for me because
Okay.
I don't want to do anything intentionally that really bothers you. You know, for example, people use the term a lot of women do use the term, bitch loosely. I don't do that. I wasn't raised in a
Exactly.
house to do that. My mother didn't do that with her homegirls. My grandmother, we didn't do it around each other. I don't do it with
Exactly.
my daughter. That's just me. Not judging anybody, but that's not a term that I usually use loosely use. And so I
Okay.
had a friend, and she, a girl, and I had to let her know this was a newer friend. I said, listen, we can joke, we can laugh, we can talk, key, all that, but don't call me that. Well, girl, it ain't no big deal. Don't call me that. That's the issue for me. I don't like it. Fix it. She didn't fix it. So I had to separate myself. I hate that, but I wasn't being heard because it's not a joke to me, you know? And
So
and
let
I
me a-
express myself.
so let me ask you something. Did you really hate it?
Yeah, I
Why?
hated it.
Why?
Because that's not a term that I think we should be calling each other as black women or women of color or women, period. It's not a joking term. It's not funny. You know what I'm saying? It's an animal. I'm not an animal. I wasn't raised by animals. And so I don't think it's funny. And I know that people will say, well, you hear songs that say, cool, I take responsibility for that. But in my circle, don't call me that. Don't call me, and we joking, none of that. It's just not a
Exactly.
term that I use. People gotta respect that. If you don't, then I gotta step back. You know what I mean?
And sometimes, just like I just said, in them situations, you had to be the bad guy
Of
and
course.
you truly understood the response of the truth. And that's what I was just talking about,
Right.
understanding the response to the truth. Because sometimes the truth, it needs to separate you.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Of
saying?
course I was a bad guy. I was like, I was the one that's bougie. She's so bougie. I'll be that. I'll be all that.
Well, a lot of times, that's a triggered response. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Based on the fact that you had enough balls
To
to
say
check
something.
her
Right.
based on, what you believe and the boundaries that you follow.
Hmm.
And what happens is a lot of people, when when you are sold on your boundaries and you stand by by what you believe, you're going to separate yourself a lot of times from situations that really don't need to be in your life.
Right.
So sometimes like I always say, sometimes a no is a yes. Sometimes as a no thank you is a thank you.
Hmm.
And sometimes you have to distinguish the two. And
Yeah.
a lot of times people don't, because we become so used to doing certain things and being around a certain type of crowd is that sometimes when we put ourselves in rooms with other individuals that think more of themselves and we get checked, our feelings get hurt.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah, absolutely.
it's not something that we're used to, because the people that's in my circle, we don't do that. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? We're comfortable in this language.
Right,
So,
exactly.
so a lot of times, man, it's okay, to, have all type of people around you, but however, you have to stay strong and what you believe, and you must know your boundaries and have people respect your boundaries.
You
you
have
know
to.
their feelings may be hurt for a minute, but you know what, they'll be all right.
Yeah.
They
You
would.
know, it's a revolving door because, I said that to her, but I've had people, in my past, where I've done things and they've cut me off. You know what I mean? At the time, I'm like, oh, you tripping, blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. But because I didn't respect their boundaries, because I didn't have the maturity to deal with, to examine the issue and understand where they were coming from, because I'm listening to respond. And then also too, it's offensive to that other person because
Exactly.
it does two things. It's offensive because it highlights a deficiency, and it's offensive because now I'm provoking you to come up to another level 9 times out of 10. Because when somebody
Exactly.
tells you something that offends them, it's something in you that you got to do better in. You know what I'm saying? We don't like that all the time, self included,
Exactly, those trigger
So,
responses. And sometimes,
yeah.
individuals, they not receptive to where you're coming from. And like
Mhm.
you just, you stated, sometimes a pull up can be one of the best things that can happen to you in your life, because if you're open to your surroundings and open to the people that's around you, you begin to understand is that, man, it's not that they bougie, it's just that, you know what, they want better, they expect better. and
Exactly.
and I need, and I know, in my heart, because as human beings, we know we need to be better in certain areas. However, we get
Absolutely.
so complacent with
Mhm.
comfortability. and
Mhm.
i and I tell a lot of my guys, man, I said, you have to be uncomfortable with being comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a lot of work, because we're so
It is.
comfortable with being comfortable
Yep.
that it really stagnates us.
Mhm.
And so, sometimes, you gotta walk alone. Them roads be long, man, and you
They
be
do.
walking by yourself,
They
and you
are.
be
Yeah.
feeling some kind of way, but you be like, man, you know what? This the road that sometimes I need to take.
Right.
You
Straight up.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me, if it's not
Yeah.
for anybody else, I gotta do it for myself.
Right. Straight up. Straight up. Well, that was good. I mean, we covered a lot tonight. I think I know everything was valid. I know that these were discussions that needed to be had. So I hope you enjoyed it. But let me do this, Iceman, before we leave, because I feel like this is something that has to be addressed. We want to send here at the Under No Conditions podcast. We want to send our love and prayers to the family of Brother Tyree Nichols.
Yes,
If
yes.
you're not familiar with the situation, he was beaten by Memphis police. Ultimately, he was assaulted, and as a result of that, he lost his life. So we want to send our prayers and love out to the family, out to the city of Memphis, out to everybody out there who's been affected by this. Um, and no situations do we here condone violence. I'm not sure if you all have watched the video. I will say this: if you have not watched it and you're triggered easily, please don't watch it. It's very gruesome, heartbreaking. But also too at the same time, I will say this: it's something maybe that needs to be seen on some level, so we can understand what's going on out here in our communities and how we can help as as a community of African Americans, how we can help others and make some changes, especially with our councilmen, lawmakers, and things of that nature. So, um, yeah, when we send our love out to him and his family.
Most definitely. Well said, man. We have to get better. And y'all know who I'm talking about. We got to get better.
Yeah,
We have to. I
have
mean,
to.
in all aspects of life, man, we have to get better. I did I finally saw the video, and I was touched.
Yeah.
I was touched, and being a parent myself,
Yeah.
um, no parent
She have to go through that.
should have to go through that
Yeah.
and bury their sons because of somebody else's ignorance.
Ignorance. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
So man, you know what? You guys out there, man, you got kids, you got grandkids, man. Hug your grandkids, tell them you love them
Yeah.
because one is we live in a time where um it's a pleasure to get back home when we walk out.
Right. It
You know what
is.
I'm saying?
It is.
You know,
It's
you
no
don't.
guarantee that we will.
Yeah, it's no guarantee when you walk out the door to go to work or go to the grocery store or go run errands or go out spend some time with your loved ones that you're gonna come back, man. So really, please don't take it for granted, man. Love your
Yeah.
kids and love yourself. And let me tell you something, man. Y'all reach out to us, man, at the UNC podcast at gmail.com, man. Drop us a line, man. Let us know
Please
how we
do.
doing.
Please do.
Let us, if y'all want us to talk about something, man, this particular interest to you guys, man. Email us, man. Let us know, man. Most definitely, we read all emails. We respond in a timely manner. Punky, she good with that, man. I be slipping on the emails, man. But
Right. But I'm good with that. I'm
she
good with
most
that.
definitely
Please hit us up.
take take care of that part of what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? And once again, man, if nobody tell y'all today they love y'all, man, yo, I love you guys, man. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
love
guess
you
what?
too.
Without man, go sit your ass down. I wasn't even talking to you,
I
man.
love you too.
Man, you see what I gotta go through, man, with
I'm
this
pinching
woman
your
here,
cheeks.
man.
I love you
Man,
too.
look here, man. You
Hey,
know
do you
what,
want me to
man?
tell the story about when I said I love you the first time? You ignored me, or you
Man,
ignored me?
I'm still ignoring you, man.
I
That's
love you too, Iceman.
go
Hey
sit
y'all, hey y'all.
down.
Send Iceman some love in them emails. Say I love you too, Iceman. Send us some
Ah,
pictures doing this, y'all.
ah,
We
hey,
love you
man.
too.
We go through this all the time, man. She be talking about I love you. I be like, man, go sit your ass down some goddamn where, man. You know what I'm
Ah,
saying? But man, we do what we do, man. We do what we do for the love of what we do.
yes, we do.
Man, I want you guys to stay safe,
Please
guys,
do.
man. You know what I'm saying? Please stay safe out there, man. And guess what? Do something out the ordinary. Help
Yeah,
somebody that you normally wouldn't help, man. You know what I'm saying? It
yeah,
does good for you. And
yeah,
Punky B, you already know, man. This is what we do. You my dog in heaven, man. But guess
yes.
what, man? We want to thank you guys for joining us, man, at the
Thank
Under No
you.
Conditions podcast, man. We really, really appreciate it, man. This been some time coming, man. We've been
I know
talking about this for a
it
minute,
has.
and we've had our trials and tribulations, man. But you know what?
We
We
here.
are here. We here,
We
man. We
here.
here now. And once again, man, we love you guys, man.
We love
And with that,
you.
hey, make sure Felicia show up tomorrow next week, man.
Felicia gonna be here.
Man, and you know what? And tell her bring her girlfriend Tanisha too.
Tanisha, all right, got
Tanisha
you.
and Felicia, man. With that,
Bet.
we love you guys.
We love
All right.
y'all.
Peace.
Bye.